looking for a really exciting, iconic concept that was going to reflect the BP Ultimate brand values. BP Ultimate gives you up to 28 more miles per tank, and so this was a fantastic way of depicting the Go Further message.
The campaign was conceived for this ad from a brief from BP, which was to sell BP Ultimate, and the fact that came from the brief was that for every full tank of BP Ultimate that you put into your car, you would get 28 miles extra for your journey. So as a creative team, we looked at how could you take that idea and make it really engaging for somebody so that they would come away without any doubt that this is a benefit to them.
The first time I saw the script, I thought it was a really clever way of demonstrating, I suppose, fuel saving and getting more per tank.
So we thought, wouldn't it be interesting if the team from BP, the experts involved in the whole process, the test drivers, the refinery guys, the lab technicians, picked a car up and took it 28 miles.
I mean, I think the one thing that we were trying to do was to make it feel quite very observational, as if it was the viewpoint of people on the streets, possibly stuff that had actually been filmed on people's cell phones and camera phones.
Pretty much what we needed to do with these rigs is because the vehicle's so heavy and we don't want to strain the crew, we've placed it on a counterweight system when we're doing any picking up or walking. As you can see, the system behind me here is a travel bar system where the car is balanced with another counterweight on the opposite side, floating on a carriage, so when the actors pick it up, it only will raise about 100 kilograms, and then when they walk along, it just travels along on the track. We've got another rig on the crane, which is also a counterbalance weight system, the same again, where the vehicle only weighs 100 kgs, and when they pick it up, they can walk on a pendulum system, moving it forwards and backwards.
Tell me, how strong do you think those guys who are lifting the car are?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You think they're strong?
Yep. They use their muscles.
And don't you think they're cheating?
No. Okay, but that thing helps them a little bit.
For the shots that we've had to do, we've had to go around corners and things like that. We've built a trolley system, which the car rests on, and it's got some springs set inside it, so it gives it a nice fluid movement. So the artists can move it forwards and backwards, left and right, while they're walking it along the trolley.
You know, you've got this thing that's being carried, that's being turned. It needs to have a kind of life of its own. You know, it needs to feel like it's a heavy weight and it's kind of wobbling on people's shoulders. Shooting those sort of things in camera, you know, are more credible at the end of the day.
Safety is paramount because obviously, you know, we're working with big vehicles here. They're not light things. So we make use of extensive rigging overhead, very big, what we call vector lines, which are rated over 7 tons, each one of them, so they can take a hell of a lot of weight.
When a project like this lands on your desk, a project that's incredibly creative, a really fantastic idea, our challenge is to make sure that we have the right balance between the creative and the logistics and the technical, and we make sure at no point one ever compromises the other. And that was the key challenge all the way through this process.
Generally be high, boys. Walk towards 8 yards, careful of crushed fingers and all of that kind of stuff. And action, people! 3, 2, 1, left!
Nada. Actually, there's nothing in the car except me and that seat. There's like nothing else in there.
As you can see, I'm very strong, but there's nothing in there.
tell me how these pieces fit together, 'cause it makes no sense to me. Some do this and some do that, but almost never when you want it, building my certainty. Sometimes I don't know when to stop. I know it's actually kind of lovely, so I start this way by telling you the story. Let me know how this will end. Sometimes I don't know when to stop. I know it's actually kind of lovely, so I start